For the first time in years, I refused to pay my mom's rent, and she's now furious at me. Up until a few nights ago, I was a wholesome 28-year-old named Sarah who believed my family loved me, but it all came crashing down with a simple notification. I was in the middle of making dinner when my phone buzzed. It was my cousin, and I smiled, because usually she sends me videos of this little ginger cat on Instagram. But the second I heard my mom's voice, my face fell. Sarah should consider herself lucky. She'd be absolutely nowhere without this family. My face turned hot, and I almost didn't want to keep watching the video, but I did. And as I watched the shaky footage, it was obvious someone had left their phone recording by accident. But there was no mistaking the conversation. I wouldn't even miss her if she died tomorrow. My dad laughed. That's our Sarah, but at least she's useful for one thing. The big bucks. More laughter followed. I clutched my phone tighter, feeling my knuckles turn white. If Sarah ever decides to stop sending us cash, my cousin, the one who'd sent me this video, said proudly, "We'll just play the family card. She's too much of a pushover to refuse. It works like a charm." I felt numb all over. They were discussing me like I was their personal credit card, a resource to be drained and manipulated as they pleased. For years, I'd been supporting them. I had canceled dozens of vacations and worked thousands of hours of overtime. I had enough money to continue my education and get a PhD. That was my dream, but I gave it up just to ensure my parents never went without money, and this was their true opinion of me. A disappointment and a pushover who simultaneously served as a cash cow. I wanted to cry, but at the same time, I breathed a sigh of relief because surely my cousin sent me this video because she was on my side. Right? Wrong. Suddenly, the video disappeared and I got a new notification. This message has been unsent. My cousin had realized her mistake. Perhaps she was sitting somewhere right now, heart racing, praying I'd been too busy cooking to notice the message. I should have called her out immediately. I should have confronted all of them. But instead, I set my phone down. Because in the famous words of Kim K, I love when people underestimate me and then become pleasantly surprised. Except, their surprise wouldn't be so pleasant. At first, I curled up into a ball and stared at the white wall for a few hours. Their words echoed, Sarah should consider herself lucky. Complete disappointment. Too much of a pushover to refuse. And the worst part? They were right. I absolutely had been a pushover. I let myself believe that my dad's temporary cash flow problem somehow lasted 5 years, that he would actually start looking for a job soon. And so, it resulted in me paying his mortgage for all 5 of those years. My brother's college expenses, which he abandoned after 2 semesters, leaving me with the debt. My mom's constant emergencies, that mysteriously aligned with my paydays. I'd always done it without question because that's what family does, right? But that single video destroyed every illusion I carefully constructed to make myself feel better about being used. And now I had the upper hand, because they thought they'd gotten away with it. And their next payment was due in a few days. But this time, things would be different. The following morning, everything felt off. It was as if I'd been living in a hazy dream and had suddenly woken up to reality. My phone buzzed with a text from my mom. "Morning, honey. Just checking in. Hope you're well." I stared at her message. Too normal. She never texted just to check in. Had I really never noticed this pattern before? Sure enough, minutes later, "Oh, by the way, rent's due soon. Can you transfer it by Thursday? Love you, BTW." There it was. The familiar pattern, but I wasn't playing along anymore. The love you at the end felt especially hollow now. Just another manipulation tactic. Muscle memory kicked in, and I started to type my usual, of course, or no problem response. Maybe even apologize for taking too long, but instead, I deleted everything and simply replied, "I can't this month." I set my phone down and waited, heart pounding in my chest. 4 simple words that I'd never dared to say before. 1 minute passed, then 2 more. "What do you mean you can't?" I could sense her frustration through the screen. I'd never refused before, not once in all these years. I didn't respond right away. I savored my coffee, letting her stew in uncertainty. More messages came flooding in. "Sarah, this is serious. We're counting on you. You know we don't have other options right now." Then my cousin chimed in. "Hey girl, your mom's freaking out. Everything okay?" I nearly laughed. Is everything okay? Everything was perfect. Because I decided I deserved to take my life back. I took a deep breath and replied, "I have some unexpected expenses this month. Can't send anything," followed by a shrug emoji. No lengthy explanation, no apology. The silence that followed told me everything I needed to know. For the first time in years, I'd said no, and they didn't know how to respond. My mom was obviously struggling to find the perfect manipulation tactic, but I for one wasn't having that problem. I knew exactly how I was going to get her. I knew all I had to do was play the long game. I don't have time to finish the story in this short video, but it gets intense. Click the link or go to my channel to watch it.